Hey guys, welcome back. Street Machine Group Build, Blue Ox Model Shop. So my 62 Chevy Impala, I have been trying to get the toting the front wheel stance, and I got it. But it's come at the expense of like a pound of lead. I didn't think it would take so much. So this thing is, there's no front wheels on it right now, but if you'll notice, I got it weighted. I'll take this off the tripod here for a second. So this thing is like looking so mean. I'm having so much fun with this. I've got the interior out right now, but what I've been struggling with is, so I took, let's see, 1 bag of sinkers, 2 bag of sinkers, the 7 pieces of 1/4 ounce sinkers. I'm gonna show you here in a second what they look like. Where obviously they're in the back. This is like gonna be the coolest thing ever, but the problem is it takes a lot of weight to get this thing to stay up when you have interior in, front bumper, front wheels, and hood. When you have all that stuff in place, it still wants to sit down. But I'm gonna get my scales out here and show you just how much this thing weighs. It's raining outside, sorry for the noise. But it is so heavy. I mean, this is no joke. This thing weighs pounds. Gotta be. It's gotta be like a 2-pounder so far. I'm surprised the wheels haven't snapped off. So the stance is I don't want it to be dragging the back bumper. So right now it's literally dragging. So I want it to come down a little where the front tires are off the ground. And it is exactly like what I pictured in my mind. So on this side, this is so mean, but that side has got the tire just sunk up into the fender. I don't want the bumper to be dragging, so I want to get it where it's, I will eventually, I've got the axle shaft just loose in the axle housing, so I will glue it once I get everything weighted. I will glue it to where it's at a stance where both front tires will be off the ground. The bumper won't be dragging. But look at that tire up under there. Isn't that something? That is so cool. This is so much fun. I'm glad I got back on this thing and just went ahead and tried to fix it. But let me see if one-handed I can get this body off, and I'll show you all this lead that I've had to put back there. And I've still got one more saltwater sinker that I think I'm about to cut a piece of it, flatten it out, and put it in there. So let me pop this body off. It shouldn't be any problem because it's got so much weight. Yeah, look at there. Check that out. It looks, isn't that crazy? So they're all hot glued in. Dang, that is so heavy. I don't know if you can tell, but like, oh, sorry. Call you back. Let's see, when I pick this up, oh man. Yeah, it just torques the whole chassis. Oh gosh, I'll be broke something loose if I'm not careful. But yeah, there's all the weights. I took the round weights and just flattened them out. And I'm running out of trunk space. But that is insane that it takes that much lead. At first I thought I've got a bolt bin. My dad, when I grew up, he always had a bolt bin, so I've got a bolt bin outside in my shop that's just loaded with probably 100 pounds of bolts and nuts and stuff. And I thought, you know, I'll just take one of these I'll just take one of these a big nut and just put back there. And I was like, there's no way, because you know lead is so much more heavy than steel. But no, I'm glad I found these fishing weights in my tackle box. I'll have to go after some more weights if I want to go fishing again, but that is a bunch of lead. There is one sinker that you can't even see. Gosh, this is so heavy. It is insane. I can't wait to get the Can't wait to get the scale. There's one weight right here. It's one of those giant, looks like about half the size of a chicken egg. And I flattened it out with the hammer, and it's sitting down in the gas tank, where the gas tank would be, down in there. And I thought, you know, that ought to be enough. And I put the body on, it just goes right down. So then I started adding a few more, and I'm like, holy cow. It's just going to be an absolute hazardous waste dump of lead when I'm done with this thing. But anyway, it's pretty cool. That's where I'm at with it. I'm going to, like I say, I will glue the axle shaft solid. It's sitting on the flat spots, so the tires have flat spots on them. Thank you, Alan, for these tires, and look at them wrinkles. Man, that's awesome. So because it has flat spots, whenever I get the weight just right and I will glue the axle, it will kind of just hover on those flat spots. It won't, you know, it won't rock, I don't think. But that's where I'm at with this thing. It's just, yeah, blowing my mind how much. It's crazy when you can like install a body with one hand. But anyway, yeah, isn't that cool? It's gonna look awesome. I tried, okay, so a car that's doing a wheel stand with no driver is like, really? But I have some of those sprint car model kits, and I took one of the drivers, you know, he's got all suited up, got the helmet and neck brace and everything. He's too big because he's 1/24 scale. He just was too big, and I couldn't. I set him in the seat, and I'm like, dang, he looks so out of proportion, so I'm not going to use him. So it's going to be a out of control wheel stander. Maybe the guy who's driving it, you know, fell over into the seat or fell out, and you know, whatever. Make up all kind of stories, but that's where I'm at. So I will keep working on this thing and try to get it stabilized, and I'll be right back. Well, I'm almost finished with this thing, and it is too cool. Got the front wheels on it last night. It's a little higher, it's not balanced right now. I'm hoping once I get the hood, grill, and carburetors that I had to take off because I had to shorten the stacks, but anyway, it should sit on the flat spots and just have the bumper off the ground and be about right there. So how do you like that? Isn't that cool? Yep, it's balanced. All right, so I got the scale. All I have to do now, really, to complete this thing, got to get the grill in it, got to get the headlights in it, and the tail lights in the body, and the rear bumper, put the carburetors on it, and a upper radiator hose. And that should do it on building it. It's pretty much done, but I'm gonna put it on the scales. So let's see how much this thing weighs. You won't, it's heavy. Maybe maybe it's not as heavy as I was saying, but if it's not, it's a good let's see. I mean, I know that's at least a pound. Let's see. All right, so let's what we got this thing on? Okay, it's on pounds, ounces. I'm gonna be disappointed if it's not over a pound. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? All right, I'm gonna have to get another one down to compare. Let's see. 11.5. That doesn't seem very heavy, Matthew. All right, let's grab there's my respirators, people. On the 2K Clear video that I did about how I mix it, someone made a great point that I should probably stress even more than how to mix it, is how damaging that clear is for your lungs, to always make sure you have a respirator. You're wearing a respirator. Let's see. My daughter, by the way, she asked today, my daughter Ellie, my youngest daughter, she said, Daddy, is there anything I can do to make some money? And I said, oh boy. I said, yeah, you can go dust all my models. She's like, yes. So she dusted all my models. I mean, they're all spick and span. She took every one of them out, didn't break anything that I found yet. She even rearranged some of them for me. But, oh, she cleaned the whole room too. So check this out. I don't know if you guys are aware of how messy my room is, but check this out. Man, she is a neat freak. But yeah, she did it. Now I won't be able to find half the stuff that I've got. But anyway, it's nice and clean. Let's find a car here to compare. Okay, let's just grab the USAC build from last year. And it's got some, it's pretty heavy. It's 24 scale. It's got some 3D printed engine. It's got 3D printed wheels and tires. So let's see. Way bigger car too, man. It's a lot bigger. Well, it's not that lot bigger. Sorry, you can't see anything if I'm not letting the camera. It is a bigger car. All right, let's see. That was 11.5 ounces. And this, shoot, this is going to be at least 9. Nope. So like 5.3. So 2 of these. So it weighs twice as much as this car. And you know, a 3D printed engine is pretty. Isn't that nice? Look at that. Love it. But the 3D printed engine is not light. And these large diameter wheels are not light. That's not a real great comparison. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Buick Electra. That ought to be pretty close. No 3D printed stuff. Let's see what it weighs. It's pretty heavy too though. Big long car. 5.4. Okay, so pretty much the same weight as the Dodge. Man, this was a fun build. I know I'm totally off track. This was a fun build. It's a tough one because it's such old molds and your chrome lines and things are a little bit more difficult to pick out. That was a fun build. Just a stock. Paint don't look good. I've gotten better. Stock. It does have plug wires, but anyway. Okay, we're done with the show and tell. All right, so it's heavy. Let me try one more time. Oh, I didn't have the hood and all on it. Let's get the hood. Let's get the rear bumper. Get the front bumper. And the carburetors. Okay, so 11.8 ounces. Not even a pound. I'm so shocked. All right. So, look at it bobbing. Isn't that cool? Isn't that all? I mean, I think this is the coolest thing. So, I'm not original to the wheel standing balancing. I watched Steve Mignanti, the guy from like Barrett Jackson Auto Auctions. You know that Steve Mignanti's got his own channel. And he periodically does some model stuff, especially during the winter when it's cold up there in Massachusetts. But he has some balancing models like this. And I thought, heck, if he can do it, I can do it. And so I started adding all that weight, adding more weight, adding more weight. And I'm like, what is going on? And then it hit me. He did that on an altered wheelbase car. So your rear wheels would be like right here. Throwing the center of gravity way back in the back for traction. I'm like, oh man, that's why he could do it. So I've got a full wheelbase car, fully wheelbase car with, there's a train with a wheel stand. And I think this thing is just coolest. I love it. Oh, and you didn't get to see, I don't know if I showed you the other side already. While the train blows his horn, I will show you the other side. I love how this wheel's way up in the fender well. This looks too cool. Look at that. That thing is sunk down in there. I mean, he is sure enough hooking up. And it'll be about right there. So I am so happy with this. And I got the body all glued in place. The chassis gave me a fit getting it to go up in there. Not because of the lead, just I have a problem getting chassis, and I ought to made up with the bodies, but yeah. It's got that tilt, right? Isn't that awesome? All right, so I'm done talking. I'm gonna finish this thing up. Just got to do the, like I say, the headlights, the carburetors, radiator tube. Well, he's angry on the horn today. And the taillights and whatever. Okay. All right. Be right back. Well, I finished it. There it is. Doing a wheel stand. All by itself. With no help needed. I think this thing This is the coolest thing I've ever done, I feel like. Not so easy to get that thing to balance, I can promise you that. You can flat spot the tires all you want. If you've got too much weight or too little weight, it's still going to go one way or the other. Right up front, can't thank Alan enough for sending me these tires. These made it, and the wheels. I just love the wheels. They turned out great. The wrinkle walls digging in, Hoosier stickers on there, or decals on there. It turned out just perfect. I can't be happy enough. Look at that hydraulic bounce. But yeah, it's balanced. The bumper doesn't hit the ground, which you couldn't tell on here because it's sticking past it, but the bumper doesn't hit, just does clear the ground. And gosh, I just love it. I can't wait to take this to the next show. I mean, I'm not saying that it's like the best built kit. It's got a few little flaws in the paint and things like that, but golly, I didn't even buff the paint. I mean, this is 2K clear over MCW. There's no polishing or nothing. The only thing I did was wipe the fingerprints off of it. The finish turned out just great. There's a few little spots I probably could wet sand out, but I've never really done a lot of wet sanding and buffing, so I know I've got plenty of friends that do. But and the hood, I think the hood looks great. I'll stop this thing and we'll talk about it. Just looks cool on this turntable because you can see the undercarriage. Alright, so yeah, let me move it so we can see the bumper. So there's your clearance. Not much, but it is balancing. Oop, hit the box. So yeah, it just turned out like a cool car. I shaved all the emblems, all the door handles, all the chrome. You see that chrome that was on there. Interesting, I think something that I'm really proud of is the hood. So it's hard to tell on this. I don't think there's a better picture. No. Yeah, they Photoshop a lot of this stuff, I can promise you. But anyway, alright, so right here, this thing right there, it says Chevrolet. That's a piece of chrome that attaches to the hood, right? So the hood's flat, or straight across. Right, straight across the hood's squared up. That emblem's gone. So I added this piece of chrome to the hood and molded it in. So let me tell you what, guys, dust is not my friend. I don't have one of those. To me, a duster's got to get me one. But yeah, you can I got a little brush. I'll brush it and dust stick somewhere else. I guess I cause more static electricity than. Okay, so you see the hood here. How I can't get this darn thing to focus right. Oh, what else is new, Matthew? Be right back. Here, let's try this. There. Alright, so anyway, you see that drop down piece on the hood now is molded in, so it's not a piece of chrome anymore. I just thought I'd try something, and I think it looks good. Gives it a little different look than the straight hood on the actual hood where it would have been. So I've got a different look on the hood. The grill turned out super cool. Got some kind of chrome paint on there. I don't even remember. It might be Green Stuff World. I did paint the markers orange. Just can hardly see them. They're kind of dark down up under there. Black washed the grill with water-based. I've got a water-based wash that I use if it's something like this, because what will happen if you throw your Tamiya wash on there, it will just break the paint down and you're done. So I took acrylic black paint and water. That's all it is, and it works good. Chrome work turned out nice on it. Very proud of that. I had to shorten the exhaust. They interfered with the tires going all the way out the back, so I just got some short pipes coming out. Did that on both sides. I like this mirror. You can see, well, about to say you can see stuff. I love the stance on this side. I just love it. How that tire's sunk up in there. This thing is hooking. Now, I know I'm going to get comments about a driver. I just didn't have one. And I think I already mentioned that the only driver, or the only figure I had was out of the Monogram sprint cars, and he's 124 scale. He's just too big. He looked a little too overdressed too, because he was, you know, full fire suit, neck brace, had it all going on. But anyway, I don't have a driver. The interior turned out really nice. It's I just highlighted with some chrome, some Molotov. That's all I did. Just highlighted a few things in there, but just turned out really nice. The engine looks good, although when I display this car, it's going to have the hood on it, so you won't even see it, but you can see it under the bottom. And that is Chevy orange, or Chevy red, or whatever. I believe it is. Maybe it was just red. I don't know. Alright, so it's got the two 4s. I had to shorten them. The 2 4-barrels with the stacks were sticking up too high. They hit the hood, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I just took the carbs off, sanded the bottom of the carb, sanded the top of the carb, sanded the bottom of the little velocity stacks, and got them to clear the hood. So that's nice. But it's not really going to be seen, and it does have an upper radiator hose. I'm not going to say if it has a lower radiator hose, but you know what I mean. Yeah, man, this thing turned out sweet. So happy, so proud of it. Happy of the proud of the results, happy of the results, whatever. Happy sounds kind of weird. But yeah, she's a bouncer, and it weighs I think, what was it, 11? Let's weigh it with everything on it now. I think it was 11.5 ounces or something like that. Get the scales out. All right, 0. That dude is heavy though, let me tell you. If you're at a show and it's there, come over and I'll let you hold it, as long as you're gentle. Let's put it right there. Okay, 11.8 ounces. That doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. It's a whole lot. It's twice as much, or maybe a little over twice as much, as a regular model kit would weigh. As a matter of fact, well, I can't do it. I don't have it. I was going to put the whole box up. I've got a second kit like this. I was going to put the whole box on there, but the whole box doesn't weigh that much. All right, I'm sitting here. Wow, that's beautiful. Nice scale, Matthew. Sorry. All right, well, anyway, very happy with how it turned out. I got some great pictures of it, so you guys hang around and check. Let me turn this back on. This is a cool turntable. I got these on at the last show. I bought these for my cars, and man, it makes a world of difference. But yeah, lets everybody see all angles. Isn't that cool? Golly, look at that. Oh, let me show you the chassis. I'm sorry. So got the, oh, there went the hood. See how the rear end's twisted? I flat spotted the tires so they would stay. I could put some paint on those, but it sits on them, so that's all right. Yeah, thrilled. Thrilled. You guys let me know if you've ever tried this counterweight technique before. It's not so easy on a full wheelbase car. If you had it altered, it would be a lot easier, because your center of gravity is totally different on an altered wheelbase car. I know Steve Mignanti gave me this idea. Oh, I can't get this on. It's moving. It's smarter than I am. But I got the idea from Steve Mignanti, seeing his altereds like that, and I didn't think about it when I started to do it, but it took a lot more weight because the center of gravity is so far back. But anyway, all right, enough talk, guys. Thanks for watching. Hey, don't forget, as always, to go check out Hobby Nut Models. The MCW paint on this kit came from there, as well as the bare metal foil. I just got a new sheet the other day. Bare metal foil, the chrome paint on the front and rear bumpers, and the wheels, and just, no, I think the wheels are spastics. I don't know. I used all kind of stuff, but you can get just about everything I used on this kit over at hobbynutmodels.com. Don't forget to go check that out. The Facebook group, I'll be posting this on the Facebook group. I forget a lot of times to even post things on my own Facebook group, which is insane, I know. But I will I'll post this on the Facebook groups and see what kind of response I get. I think it's cool if nobody else does. And I want to thank my Patreon members. Guys, you're great. I really appreciate your support. And most importantly, guys, you behind the camera. Jeez, that's me behind the camera. You watching your phones, computer screens, and televisions, just watching this stuff. If you don't mind, give it a thumbs up. That helps a lot. Throw a comment in there. I'm figuring this YouTube thing out. The more likes and the more interaction with like comments and things, the more YouTube will start promoting your stuff. I mean, I'm promoted pretty well as it is, but you know, we all want to grow, so let's keep the growth up. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate all you do. Isn't that cool? I can't get enough. I'm just going to sit here and watch it when I turn the camera off. All right, guys. Hey, you take care, and see you later. Bye.